Hello everyone, we are excited to be here. I'm Nick Karamanis and I'm the head of the project management office for AlphaPlus, and it gives me a great pleasure to be sharing the stage with a talented and high potential member of my team, Abi.
Thanks, Nick. I'm Abi. I'm a Trainee Project Manager at AlphaPlus.
Thank you, Abi. AlphaPlus is a project-driven education consultancy. What we do: we design, we develop, and we deploy qualifications and assessments for schools, for universities, and for professional organizations. Throughout all these years, AlphaPlus has successfully delivered more than 6 million on-screen assessments. The PMO team was capable to deliver 500 different projects across 27 different countries across the globe. So let me give you two examples of two kinds of projects that the PMO team is delivering for AlphaPlus. On one end of the spectrum, you have the high complexity and long-term programs that involve a lot of different subcontractors, what we call associates, and they are affecting a lot of different stakeholders. In this particular example, we have the delivery of the national standardized assessments for primary and secondary schools in Wales. And for that type of project, it was run by a project director, who is a director in the company. We also have a national assessment program manager. We had two project managers, one from the project management office and one from the service delivery team. And we had two trainee project managers, one from the project management office and one from the service delivery team. This type of assessment is very innovative. It's actually what we call adaptive assessment. So it adapts to the skills of the student. In this photo, you can see the main team that delivered the project, including the subject matter experts, celebrating a key milestone for the project, which was 5 million assessments delivered to schools in Wales. On the other end of the spectrum, what you have is you have what we call the short-term projects. This project was a delivery of a specific training on assessment to a delegation from the Ministry of Preschool and School Education of Uzbekistan. And you can see in the photo when they were attending the training in our offices in AlphaPlus. Abi, would you like to tell us more about your developmental story?
Yes, thanks, Nick. So now I'm going to talk about my PMO development story within AlphaPlus. I joined the company nearly 3 years ago now as a level 3 apprentice. I say quickly, it wasn't quick. I was doing my course for just over a year. It feels ages ago now. And unbeknownst to me, my colleagues had put me forward, nominated me for the Apprentice Star Award. Only a handful of candidates get put forward and receive it, so I was very honoured to receive that. After I'd finished my level 3, the floor was kind of open to me in what direction I wanted to go in my career. After getting the award, it kind of motivated me to want to continue learning alongside my work. So I applied for and have now started and completed my first year as a Chartered Management Business Fundamentals degree apprenticeship at MMU. I think it's really good. I have friends who are doing a very similar degree but aren't doing it alongside work, and I find that everything that I learn inside university, I managed to bring it and do it practically in work. So one of my most recent assignments at the moment is looking into processes that need improvement. So this aligns with the business, and it's positive for everybody involved because I'm looking for areas in the business that need improvement or need new processes in general, and then I'm creating them and documenting them and reporting on them, and all of that wraps in together as part of my assignment. So I'm hoping to be qualified and have my degree by 2028, and then I might look at the PMQ exam. I didn't want to do it at the same time because it felt like quite a bit, so I'm just managing one thing alongside my work at the same time at the minute.
Thank you, Abi, and of course, congratulations for completing successfully the first year of your 4-year degree apprenticeship.
Thank you.
Nesta's story is not dissimilar to that of Abi's. So Nesta joined the company with an engineering and design degree back in 2022. And within a year after that, his talent and his commitment and his contribution, not only to the programs of the company, but also to the project profession, were recognized by being nominated as a finalist in the 2023 APM Education and Research Graduate of the Year PMO Award. He hasn't stopped there, but last year, together with a cohort of project managers from AlphaPlus, they were able to pass the exam from APM, and now he's PMQ certified. His goals for 2025 is having completed 3 years in project management experience with AlphaPlus, he's going to apply to become a full member of the Association for Project Manager and get the title of MAPM. Abi, would you like to tell us a little bit more about your story being a player manager and what a player manager is?
Yeah, so as Nick mentioned, within AlphaPlus, we have quite a variety of different projects. This can vary from like programs that are just ongoing and don't seem to have an end, or shorter trials. And I'm quite fortunate to be able to put my preference forward and go for the projects that I prefer. So I have gone more towards the trialling area. I like it because it's less like jumping on a moving train and more you get to see it from start to finish. So more recently, I just did a large-scale trial that was up and down the country. We're from Manchester, but I travelled to the Isle of Wight. I was here in London. I was visiting schools. So I volunteered myself forward. As a project manager, we recruit using our associate database to get associates to go and do this type of role as a test administrator. But I was given the opportunity, and I thought it'd be a great chance to see the work that's on the ground, whereas normally I'm sat behind a computer and organising the logistics and everything. It was great to actually go into schools and see what we're delivering. And alongside this, I was still in touch and managing the associates, and it gave me a better understanding of the project. I could tell when people were being a bit silly, when people actually had real problems, because I'd been there doing it myself. Another project I wanted to talk about was a marking project that I did. So this was the first project that I took complete ownership of when I joined the company a good couple of years ago now. We hadn't done a marking project since before COVID, so it was kind of handed to me as, here you go, it'll be fine, and it wasn't really fine because the processes that we had in place were a bit outdated, and I kind of felt like a headless chicken. I was just running around, everything was really chaotic. I did manage to pull it all together, but it was a really big learning curve for me. I managed to use the lessons learned. We still have this same client now, so I've had the opportunity to do the same project a few times since. From that, I actually did it as my level 3 apprenticeship end point assessment. I developed a new process, I documented it, I put it in place, and now it's transferable amongst the PMO. We now use it going forward to do marking projects. It's the documentation that I put in place. I'm really proud of it, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without AlphaPlus throwing me in at the deep end.
Thank you very much, Abi, and obviously thank you very much for your amazing contribution in both projects. I will cover Nesta's slide, and I will cover Nesta's Play Manager story. So his story is not dissimilar to that of Abi's. Having said that, Nesta joined as a graduate project manager with an engineering and a design degree. So he spent his first year working on one particular project. So this is the second national assessment program we have as a company. And on that particular program, he was also facing the client. But unlike Abi going up and down the country, because he was serving on a virtual basis our clients, he was playing the play manager role from the office. So his main purpose was to resolve issues with users, for example, students and teachers and local authorities having problems with either the portal or the assessment platform that is actually on screen and online. And because of his technical background, he was able to support the technical development of the project. In fact, he contributed heavily in the design of a website, which is part of the portal and gives you a lot of information and how-to guides on how to use the assessment platform. He also managed the running changes. As you imagine, this type of projects are based on a standard software that from time to time it needs to be upgraded. So these types of upgrades need to happen at the right time, that they are not going to be disturbing and disrupting the schools. Last but not least, he contributed heavily in the production of the key performance indicators and management information reports. That project was very successful because they delivered 2.1 million assessments so far, and Nesta and his team were able to resolve 3,000 cases raised by the schools. The second project that actually Nesta is working now and is on the second phase is an innovative product that hasn't been launched yet. So it's in what we call the trialing stage. This is another on-screen application. This time is for secondary school students, and you can see some of them at the Parliament making some publicity about the upcoming innovative product. Nesta's role was to manage the school recruitment. So we have already selected specific schools that wanted and had the right skill set to participate in this trial. He created the learning material. He also worked in the management of risk. And last but not least, he delivered the trial to the UK schools. So what we have seen so far, we have seen how AlphaPlus has been investing in upskilling our staff. And you can see some of our staff on stage here with me. We have seen how not only that, but we entrusted them actually working on projects and producing value for the company. And what I'm going to show you in this slide is the overall value that the PMO as a team has created for AlphaPlus. AlphaPlus's journey has been a growth journey from the beginning of the creation of the company until 2025. What you see here is you see the graph between 2020 and 2025. Back then, the company used to have only 20 employees, and today we have 66 employees. Out of these employees, back in 2020, 6 of them were project managers, and only 1 of them was project qualified. Since then, when I joined the team at the beginning of 2021, we have increased the number of the team to 16 project managers, and this is shared between the service delivery and the PMO team. And out of the overall project management community, we have 6 project managers, PMQ qualified with APM, PMP qualified with PMI, and Prince 2. Throughout these years, the PMO team was able to deliver 178 projects, and currently we have 48 projects running in our portfolio. Some of them, they will be completed in 2025, but some of them will continue for the next 3 to 5 years. So what is the overall benefit that PMO created for AlphaPlus? AlphaPlus was able to win more projects because we were able to deliver successful projects to our clients, and therefore we increased our revenue from an annual figure of £4 million in 2020 to £7+ million in 2024. We are not allowed to share yet the 25 end of financial year results, but the results are, if not equivalent, better than what you see on the graph. So we wouldn't have been able to do that alone. So we had some enablers that help us through this journey growth. The first one was APM. So back in 2022, we became a corporate partner for APM, and that was very crucial for us because they gave us the right skill set, know-how, and tools in order to understand the gaps we had at the PMO team at the time, and together with them, develop a developmental program for our PMO team. Because the challenge we had was, how can we recruit talented people very fast? How can we upskill them and get them on the job fast? And how can we continue delivering projects that they were coming right, left, and center? So obviously we streamlined and we specifically designed our developmental program to the needs of a small consultancy job. In 2024, we were recognized by becoming a member of the corporate advisory group. So now we are advising other corporate partners within APM and giving and sharing our success stories with them. The second enabler, and this is thanks to the board of directors, they have embraced the digital transformation journey. I understand this is a presentation on its own, but very briefly, back in 2018, which is way before my time, the director of operations at the time invested in a cloud-based accounting platform, and by doing that, he digitized the PMO and finance services. The same accounting platform is being used today and will be used in the foreseeable future. In 23-24, because the company was growing and the project directors and the board of directors was not having the same day-to-day involvement with the projects, they requested us for a digital PMO dashboard, and the PMO team incorporated and delivered a digital dashboard that would allow our board of directors to get accurate data of the state of our projects and take decisions at the right time. The biggest step that we are making right here, right now as a PMO is we embrace the cloud-based project management platform. So all 48 projects that we have live today, and of course any new projects that will come in the future, are already incorporated and integrated in this end-to-end project management platform.
So we can see here we're award-winning People-Centric PMO. Here's a photo of our PMO team. You can see Nick on the end there. And next to him is Mark C. We have two Marks. Mabecca, Malik, Amira, our director, Gavin, who unfortunately for us, but luckily for him, he's left now. He's retired. Mark WH and Nijan, who's also left now. So you can see here, that's their photo when they were winners of Developmental Programme of the Year. And there's also a photo of Nick and Gavin with their trophy for APM Project Management Awards 2024. So we're still the reigning champions.
So I would like to conclude the presentation with some last words. AlphaPlus is a project-driven company. Without projects, we will not be able to survive in the marketplace, so we need those projects to be successfully delivered, otherwise the clients will not come back to us. Therefore, it was imperative to have a very strong PMO, and the approach of our PMO maybe is not the same as you see in a traditional company. As you have seen from our slides, our PMO are actually delivering projects, so they are not only standing on an ivory tower, but they're there together with the subject matter experts, making sure that those projects are delivered on time. And I think this was the key element of success. Our player managers like Abi and like Nesta and like the rest of the team are holding the other players, the other team members accountable to ensure that everything is delivered to the right level of quality at the right time and to the requirements and the needs of our customers. So thank you very much for